Good morning. Hollis does kind of like the smell of coffee. Watch this. Watch what she does when she smells the coffee.
Just try to bury the coffee.
Maybe she likes the smell and she wants to bury it.
What are you doing, this silly butt? How what? You crazy?
Want some coffee, Kana?
Our journey continues and we made it to Selma, Alabama.
And right now we are standing on the Edmund Pettus Bridge. The Edmund Pettus Bridge, of course, is one of the most famous sites of the U.S. Civil Rights Movement. We used to go to the Martin Luther King Jr. National Historic Site a lot in Atlanta, and there's a model of this bridge in the National Historic Site showing all men and women who were walking over. So for those of you who don't know, the Edmund Pettus Bridge is a site of what was called Bloody Sunday. That was the time when Selma to Montgomery March started, and this bridge was the start of the Selma to Montgomery March. Our representative, the late John Lewis, was one of the marchers who got beaten up pretty badly on this bridge. The unique thing about this is that it was televised across the nation. And when people across the nation, African Americans and white Americans, saw what was happening here, it really started to galvanize the civil rights movement across the U.S. because people saw the bloodiness of it all, and people started supporting legislation for a civil rights movement. It wasn't complete, but that's where the support started.
So now we're about to cross to the other side of the bridge, and of course this is an active bridge, so there's a lot of traffic, as you probably be able to tell, but there's a pedestrian side that we can walk across. Walking across this bridge, it's such a historical and meaningful place. It's a really good day to do it.
Judging by its many historical markers, Selma has an important story to tell, even before the Civil Rights Movement. Its numerous historical buildings line the main street, which is still recovering from Hurricane Zeta that recently passed through the town. Our main focus, though, is the Brown Chapel, another Civil Rights Movement landmark. This was where the Selma to Montgomery March started in 1965.
And of course this chapel and also the bridge are the two National Historic Landmarks here in Selma.
Our journey continues westward to the state of Mississippi.
Okay, Kana, let's go. We made it to the Mississippi Welcome Center, although I think I would really question the welcome part, because now I'm trying to find an area where Kana is welcome. Apparently no pets are welcome here, which is crazy. No pets allowed. It's not very welcoming, is it? No. Found a little area where the dog is allowed as long as they're on leash, but in general, it's not a very welcoming sight. Sorry, Mississippi, you failed it. To their credit, they do have a free dump station here. Not sure they're open, but at least it's advertised. Yay, Mississippi! First stop in Mississippi is Jackson, which is the capital of the state. And thankfully today is Saturday, so we'll be able to sort of have the state capital. Just kind of check out what they have here at the state capital. You like it?
Yes, it's a really nice building.
It's very inspiring.
It's very imposing.
It is definitely a very quiet city.
It is.
But of course it's Saturday.
And it's 9:30 in the morning. So.
Yeah. Well, people had a big party last night, I guess. Kinda. You see some squirrels, huh? That's all you care about. You don't care about the building at all. Definitely one of the most rural state capital I've ever seen. It's just not dense at all. Blob state capital here, and it's not surrounded by anything else. A block away behind me, all residential with big lawns and all of that.
Well, you know, normally when you see a big courthouse or a big government building like that, there's like writing like justice with the U shaped as a V, that kind of thing. Or they call it the justice is blind. statue with the scales. But this building, there's just nothing on it at all. So
it does, doesn't it?
yeah, it looks really bare. It is a beautiful building though, it needs something. But it does look like it has a nice German pub next door.
Oh, it's a fancy statue.
After Jackson, we decided to travel to Vicksburg, Mississippi, the home of the Vicksburg National Military Park. This is the site where the brutal 1863 Civil War battle occurred. It currently holds the honor as one of the largest outdoor sculpture collections in the U.S., with over 1,400 memorials to commemorate the Civil War. It's a drivable site, and our main destination is one of the most unique Civil War monuments of all, a tribute to a camel who played a big role in the Civil War.
So we are currently in the Cedar Hill Cemetery, and this is why we came here to the city of Vicksburg. Actually, just to check out one of the most interesting Civil War monuments. This is Old Douglas. Back in the 1860s, there's a regiment that's called the Camel Regiment. Douglas is one of the 2 camels that ever been in the Civil War. Rumors said it that after Douglas was killed, he was eaten by some soldiers because they were hungry. Poor Douglas.
Off we go, this time southwards through another portion of the National Park system. This is the Natchez Trace Parkway that took us all the way to the beautiful city of Natchez along the Mississippi River.
And finally, we made it to Natchez, Mississippi. This is probably one of the oldest cities here in the state. And one of the things to do here is just to follow the Natchez Trail, which basically a walking do-it-yourself tour. It kind of goes from one historic site to the next to the next. It's really pretty.
Many of the buildings that you see here are on the register for National Historic Buildings, and there's a lot of them around here. It's really nice to see. The new Mississippi flag, obviously a lot nicer than the old one, but it's a nice flag anyway.
Yeah. Right behind me is probably the biggest structure here in the city. This is the St. Mary Basilica. And yes, this is the only basilica here in the state of Mississippi. That thing is huge. So we're probably not gonna go inside because we are completely underdressed and it is Sunday, but we're gonna check it out from the outside.
The cathedral here is huge, and its history can be traced back to 1837.
And they have the Immaculate Conception Shrine, built in 1846. This is the oldest extant outdoor shrine dedicated to Our Lady of the Miraculous Medal. And this is the river the state got the name from. This is Mississippi River next to the city center. So this is Mississippi, and that's Louisiana. Mississippi, Louisiana.
We're thirsty, and we're always up to check out places like the Natchez Brewing Company, a small but tasty place to hang out.
Stand at the right angle or anything for you? That's our Bluff City Blonde and the Capital IPA.
Perfect.
And starting a tab or pay as we go.
Well, we're not really sure. I think this is the Capital IPA. It's a hazy IPA. It's delicious, and I think you would really like it.
Yeah?
Take a taste of it.
Oh, that's definitely an IPA.
You like it?
Yeah, it's a bit bitter, isn't it? This one is the blonde ale, I think.
Which one do you like better? The IPA?
Yeah.
And another beer.
What you got there?
Black IPA. Well, it tastes like the one we had at the Kiwanon Brewing Company, which I liked in the end. She's watching Cornhole and she can't help herself.
Last beer of the day is something that's called a Blue Raz. It's just kind of like, I don't know, like some kind of gasoline or something because it's just kind of blue, but Blue Raz is like raspberry, I think. So I'm gonna give it a try. Oh, it's definitely raspberry because it's just kind of sour and sweet, but it's mostly sour. It's actually not bad. Not bad.
What a great start to our van life journey in the Deep South. Be sure to subscribe to our channel by clicking the subscribe button. And if you want to get notifications every time we post something new, click that notification bell. Thanks for watching.
I told you many times, Meredith, do not play phone at the dining table.
It's the communications tower they used during the Civil War.
Yeah. This is probably... I almost fell off the curb.
You're a weird dog, you know that? You're a weird dog. Have some coffee.
Don't bite me, crazy.